G'day guys, welcome back to Street Car Culture's YouTube channel. Right here we have my old MX-6 Turbo front wheel drive cylinder head, and I've decided that I want to use it in a rear wheel drive application. So I'm going to go through all the steps on how to modify a front wheel drive FE cylinder head to rear wheel drive configuration. And by front wheel drive to rear wheel drive, I'll pick up the camera and I'll take you a bit closer and I'll show you exactly what I mean. So as I sort of just described, this is a front wheel drive head. So the main difference is the cam cover. You've got your cam gear, but you have no water outlet for your thermostat and your top radiator hose. Because the engine sits west-east in a front wheel drive, the water outlet and the cam are out the back, or technically out the back of a cylinder head, but it'll be sitting on the east side of, say, an MX-6 engine bay. But obviously, because I want to go use this head on a rear wheel drive, I need to I can't have the cam and the water neck at the back. I need the cam and the water neck at the front. So therefore, we've got to change. Well, I'm going to take you through the steps, but we've got to pull all the rocker gear off, pull out their front wheel drive cam, pull the Disney thermostat rear housing off, pull the front cam cover off, and then put all our sort of new stuff. So I've got a brand new rear wheel drive 12 valve cam. I've got my rockers off my other head that's been cleaned, and then I've got my front wheel drive timing cover. So you'll see here, that's the difference. So there's nothing there, and then on the rear wheel drive, it all pops it out at the front of everything. So let me whack you on a tripod and we'll start pulling the rocker gear off, pull the rear front housings off, we'll get it to a bare head, and then we'll start putting the rear wheel drive stuff on. So basically the front wheel drive and rear wheel drive FE head, actual head molds are the same. It's just the bolt-ons that are different that makes it front wheel drive to rear wheel drive. But let's prove that theory. So first things first, we'll remove the rocker gear. That one. That's that one. You want to keep the. Let me pull it out. These have your cam bearings inside, or it should. And make sure that you keep those in the right spot, don't get those confused. So looks really good actually. Right, so tap. So we undo all the back cover busy bolts. Give this a quick tap. It's stuck because I've been using it for a while. There we go. Alright, so that's the front wheel drive cover we're no longer using. So you can see now that we've got a large water outlet hole and that hole, and we're going to have a hole for the cam. So I'll go through all that later on. Now that should come off. Perfect. So now we've got the cam wheel off. With the cam wheel off, next thing to do is we have to undo just these bolts, pull that cover off, and then we can pull the cam out. So let's get to that. Sense. Alright, so that's the front wheel drive cam cover. If I grab the rear wheel drive one, you can see the difference. Front wheel drive, rear wheel drive. Now the cam cap comes off. There's a gasket there which we want to reuse, and then this cam slide out just like that. So again, front wheel drive cam. So the way you can tell is if you have a cam with no heads, is the front wheel drive has the cutout for the dizzy gear in the back of the head. So all the bearings and everything actually look pretty good. What we'll do now is we'll clean these surfaces up and we will start putting our front wheel drive cam in. So this is our new cam. It will now sit like, I'm not going to put it in just yet because I'm going to clean all the surfaces up, but it should sit in there like that and bring our dizzy gear up front. So first things first, this head on my MX6 has only done I think 170,000 kilometers or something, and yeah, it could have been cleaned, but actually the bearing surface is looking in really good condition. Not much wear at all. So I'm happy with that. This head I'm just slapping together to use on one of my other projects. This is not the same as like you would have seen like going through my head with head start developments where they clean it, spec everything up properly. This head will work, but it's just an old head I had lying around, and as you guys can see, I've got a couple 929s, and I thought I'd whack a 12 valve rear wheel drive head on just one of the 2 litres and use all my old MX6 turbo stuff, just so, because I've got all my standard MX6 turbo manifold, turbo I've got a truck inlet manifold that I bought. I might as well use it, or otherwise it's just all going to go to scrap. So yeah, anyway. Not that it probably matters, but just going to vast these surfaces up. Like I said, this is more to show you how to do it, how to convert a front wheel drive head to a rear wheel drive. But if you are doing it, do your own research, look through your engine manuals or whatever you got, and make sure that you spec your bearings up correctly. So we're going to level this bad boy up. Get to lube every moving surface should be lubed. Alright, so we've done all that. Let's slide that in. Mix it again, like so. Alright, so as you can see, it's free spinning at the moment. And I believe that's exactly where we want it. I'm surprised these are in good condition, so lather it up with a bit of Vaso. Crazy. There, like so. Next one. So they've got the caps. Cam caps have arrows on it, so it should always be facing the cam gear. That way you can't really get it wrong. And you always make sure you're looping up surfaces. What I'm showing you also shows you how to pull apart an FE head if you're doing a cam swap or you're changing valve springs or whatever you're doing. So alright, so we've got all our rocker gear in. I haven't tensioned it yet, I've just got it all seated. I don't want to tension it all until I've got my cam gear on, so that's the next thing to do. See? We've got the cam gear left. So on a front wheel drive you set it up at 1, but because this is rear wheel drive we set it up at the dot next to 2. The cam's working, which is perfect, exactly what we want. Valves are opening and closing. Perfect. So next thing to do, which I'm not going to do this in this video, is make sure you go through all these and tension them to the spec of your year, your model, whatever you got. And then obviously you'll need a rear wheel drive dizzy, which you can get from a Mazda van or HBs or something like that. Mazda HBs. Any front wheel rear wheel drive FE dizzy will work. And that's really it. Next thing I'm going to do is just take it and just get skimmed on the bottom so that I know the surface is true. And then I'm going to tension these off camera and whatnot, but now I know that the valves work, I'm a happy man. We're going to leave it there, and I hope you guys enjoyed me showing you a bit more technical how to do stuff like this. If it's something you guys enjoy with this platform, please let me know, and we can do a bit more. But yeah, just make sure that obviously you'll need to source the parts to convert it. You'll also make sure you lube up everything, make sure that the bearing surfaces are clean and tidy. Like I said, this is just put together with all the used parts that I've got, just so I don't put the parts to waste. And they're going on the car. So this is going on a one of the cars out there, future videos which you will see coming up later on. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it all, and I'll see you at the next one.